Here we go. Oh gosh, I thought that was taking a long time then to go live. Hello, how are we doing? Is it Wednesday? Gosh, it is, isn't it? Wednesday lunchtime. Who's ready for a little bit of movement medicine? We're going to do a nice little workout, 30 minutes. Body weight only, focused on the core and focused on our upper body. I'm sure, like me, most of us are doing a lot of hunching over at the moment. We're at our desks a lot more than we should be. If we're at home, we're not necessarily sitting in seats and desks with the right height. Might be getting some kind of back pain, might be feeling a little bit kind of crampy. And so today we're just going to focus on what I call is a split body part workout. So when you don't have a lot of time, it's great to just split your workouts down, and we're going to focus on the core and the upper body and really try and get some nice oxygen into the chest to really wake up the brain. The more oxygen we get into the body, the more fuel we have in the body, to the muscles, to the brain, lots more nutrients. It improves our mood, but also just gives us that feeling of energy for the afternoon. So welcome everyone, I'm Claire, I'm Movement for Minds, and we're going to start with opening up the neck and the chest. So if, like me, you're hunched over, I've been homeschooling all morning, then you're just really nice to now just take a moment and just really kind of stretch out through the neck. So hands on the collarbone, just drop the chest to the chin to the chest and take it all the way up to the ceiling for a nice big stretch. Now, as always, please only work out if you feel fit and well, excuse the pun, and please have a little bit of space around you. That's it, just taking that head all the way up to the ceiling. Look over one shoulder so you feel a stretch diagonally through the neck. Here, as always, just make sure you've got no trip hazards on the floor and you have not been told not to work out. Beautiful. And the other side, just looking over that shoulder. Excellent. Nice big deep shoulder rolls. Bring the arms all the way up as you roll all the way around. Nice big rotation through those shoulders, really taking them back as far as you can to squeeze in those shoulder blades as if somebody's got their finger there in your back and you're trying to pinch it. Beautiful. I'm going to hinge forwards from the waist, keeping the legs straight in the hamstrings. No curved back, no hunching now. When we've got poor posture, like I've had all morning today, what tends to happen is it reduces our flow of oxygen and blood, and so therefore we can feel quite sluggish. So it's time to open up the chest with a reverse fly, keeping that back nice and straight. Lift that head slightly, keeping the legs nice and straight. Deep breath in. As you inhale, really open up and stretch through those pectoralis minor and major muscles. And again, all the way up, hold, and a lovely exhale. Give me 3 more, nice and deep. Beautiful, hold, and a lovely release. Excellent, and 2 more. Excellent, beautiful. And 1 more, nice deep breath, open up that rib cage. Get that oxygen flowing, beautiful. The problem when we're got a bit slouchy, I'm going to do it from the side now, opening up one arm all the way up to the ceiling, is that we increase our risk of injury when we are a little bit slouchy and our posture isn't the best. Beautiful. Again, just take a deep breath and just open up all the way to the ceiling, stretching out through the chest. Beautiful. And again, keep it going on the other side. And exhale and inhale. Beautiful. And exhale. 1 more here. Really stretching around. Open up that chest. Looking up to the ceiling. And again, on the other side. Beautiful. For those of you just joining, we're just warming up. Again, just come back into that nice big shoulder roll. Take the arms all the way up to the ceiling. Hinging from the hips all the way down. See if you can just touch the floor. Feeling a lovely stretch all the way through the hamstrings. Beautiful. All the way folding forward to the floor. Give me 1 more here. Excellent. And see if we can come up on the toes at the finish, really stretching through the toes and stretching through the core. We're going to take it nice and wide. Open up the hips. Keep the legs straight. Take the hands down to the floor. Touch the floor and start to walk it forward. Beautiful. You end up in a very wide leg plank. Just hold it here and then just walk it back in. Think about keeping the hamstrings nice and straight. We're going to take it down. Walk the fingers out. Beautiful. Take it back in a little bit quicker now. Starting to get the heart and lungs moving. Starting to get that oxygen being pushed around the body to the muscles to power these lovely movements, but also to the brain to give us a bit of energy, wake us up and shift any feelings of lethargy. Just going to turn the toes out slightly, going to take it down into a really nice deep squat. Knees are over the toes, all the way down with the chest up. Beautiful. Just hold it at the bottom and take it up and down. Excellent. And up. Take it down. Beautiful. And up and down. One more here and we stay low. Little bounce. Pulse and pulse. Pulse and pulse. And pulse. And up and down. And 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Take it up and down. And 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Take it up and down. And 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. And step it in. Keep the legs together. Take the arms out in front. Bend the knees and come up on the toes. If you can, to finish, take the arms back and all the way down. Really thinking about engaging that core as we sweep all the way up on those toes. Being really nice and stable. Beautiful. And one more here. Down, knees together and all the way up. We're going to think a little bit about our posture and our alignment and our spine. Because when we're like this a lot, our spine tends to be bent. And so we're going to have a little go at just realigning our spine to start with the first exercise. I want you to squeeze your ankles together, squeeze your knees together, squeeze your thighs together. Take your shoulders all the way up to your ears, right up, and then drop them back. Keep them drop back. Bring your pelvis in. So this is your Beyonce bum out. Bring your pelvis in. This is a nice natural position for your spine, but it doesn't feel like a natural position that we use and we stay in throughout our day. I'm going to get you to just lift one knee into what I call flamingo. Put your hands on your hip bones. Hold on to the wall. Hold on to a piece of furniture if you need it. We're thinking about strengthening the core. We're thinking about having a nice neutral spine. I'm going to take this leg back, and as I do, just take it back straight and drop the chest to the floor. Nice control, and bring it back in, all the way back up to flamingo. Beautiful, and just hold it here. Keep the eyes fixed in one core spot. Right, so again, pulling that belly in to the wall behind you, the door, the glass, whatever's behind you. Really thinking about staying nice and stable with this knee lifted. Put those hands on those hip bones. Take that leg back, looking down to the floor. Straighten that leg if you can, and come all the way back up. Beautiful. Remember, you can hold on to something if you need it. And again, not too fast. If we're too quick, kind of become a little bit off balance. Beautiful. And bring it all the way back up. Excellent. And again, one more. And take it back, looking down to the floor. Excellent. And this is where I'm spending my time at the moment. I'm spending my time really thinking about my core muscles, really thinking about my spine. Beautiful. Drop that knee. Okay, back to the beginning. Squeeze the ankles together. Squeeze the knees together. Squeeze the thighs together. Take those shoulders right up to the ears. Drop them back. Bring your pelvis from out to in and lift. One foot, the other foot, and hold it there in flamingo. Hold on if you need to. Really thinking about that core strength, really pulling that belly in to the wall behind you. I'm going to put my hands on my hip bones. Going to be a little bit wobbly now as the brain switches over. And take that leg back and that chest forward. And we're going to come all the way back up with that knee. Nice and high, keeping the other leg nice and straight. And again, taking that knee, that foot back, straightening it if you can. You don't need to come too far forward with the chest to a point that you feel that you've got control. And again, take it back. Beautiful. We were doing 5 on each side, and bring it back in again. Really thinking about keeping that chest open. Trying to get as much oxygen in as we can. Take that leg back and bring it in. Beautiful. Nice and high. And one more here for 5. And take it back. Beautiful. Excellent. And bring it back in. Grab your mat, grab your blanket, whatever you need to be comfy on the floor. We're going to do a little squat roll. So we're going to come to the edge. Our feet are around about shoulder width apart. Mine is slightly turned out. I find it more comfortable for my hip positioning. Slightly turned out. I'm going to take my arms out in front. I'm going to go down into a really deep squat. So much so that I get to the point where my bottom is sitting on the floor. I'm then going to use my core muscles to slowly roll back with control onto the floor. My knees are bent the whole time. My arms are still straight. And I'm going to keep my knees bent, take the arms over the head, and I'm going to bring it forward, and I'm going to sweep all the way back up to standing. So, really nice core work now, really engaging the core abs, and doing it with nice control. So not too fast, take it nice and slow. So, feet shoulder width apart, slightly turned out, squat roll. Love this exercise. And we're going to take it down, arms out in front, really nice and deep, all the way down. Bottom on the floor, beautiful. Start to let it roll back. You're going to get that point by which gravity takes you back. Nice and controlled on the floor, hands above the head, knees are bent. And we're going to do a little sweep with the arms to come back up. It helps with the gravity. Your feet pretty much come up back into the same position they were where you started. So, nice control. Take the bottom down to the floor. We're not hinging from the chest. The glutes are doing the work to take that bottom to the floor. We're starting to roll back. We're taking the arms over the head. Beautiful. And we're coming all the way back up to standing. I love an exercise that requires a little bit of a degree of skill and challenge because it helps us switch the mind off. It helps us really focus on the body. We're going down for the last one here. We're going to stay at the bottom. Nice control. Keep the knees bent as we roll back. Beautiful. Straighten out on the floor. Fully straight. I want you to bend one knee. The same side with the bent knee. I want the other arm to be straight in the air. This arm is not going to move at all through this exercise. We're going to do a little bit of movement medicine. We're going to do something called a half Turkish get-up, which is a great way of bringing all of our system together functionally to move as one unit. So the more that the body can be more functional and move as a full unit, the more efficient our body can be. This is a great exercise. The other arm, the other one I'm flipping about all over the place, is going to come down by your side and your hand is going to go flat on your floor. You're going to lift your chest off the floor. You're going to use your core to lift you onto your elbow. Your arm is still straight in the air. You're going to come up a little bit further. The hand that's on the floor is going to step back. You're going to lift, squeeze your glutes and lift your hips all the way up to the ceiling. You're going to come all the way back down to the floor. The hand is going to slide back down to where your hips are and your core is going to take you gently all the way down to the floor. Beautiful. A really great core exercise needing lots of control, lots of stability. Don't rush it. Are you ready? Lift the chest off the floor to start. Start to come up a little bit higher onto the elbow. You're now on the bottom. Your hand is sliding back to help power you up. Beautiful. And take it down. So the full exercise takes you all the way up to standing. What you can do to make this more difficult is hold something heavier in this hand, like a weight or a can of beans or a trainer or your phone or anything, just to give it a little bit more resistance. Ready? Lifting that chest, coming up to the elbow, all the way up, squeezing the glutes, lifting the hips, all the way back down, coming all the way back down to the floor. Scientists believe that the more challenge that we include and the more our brain has to think with exercise, the more oxygen we get to the brain. Lifting that head off the floor, lifting that chest, last one on this side, come all the way up, and a lovely squeeze, control it, keep that arm straight up in the air, and come all the way back down onto the floor. And we're going to swap to the other side. Opposite knee is now bent, opposite hand is now straight in the air, the other hand is flat on the floor. First part of this movement, lift the chest off the floor, come up, use the core to come to the elbow. Move the hand back, lift, squeeze the glutes, lift the hips, keeping that arm nice and straight up in the air, come all the way down, and all the way back down to the floor. Might find it a little bit harder on one side than the other. And again, beautiful. Lift the chest, excellent. Lift up on the elbow, take that arm back, and really lift up through the hips and back down onto the floor. You can almost feel all those different functions of the body working together. Lift the chest, engage the core, use the hand, power up, squeeze the glutes and take it down. Beautiful. And all the way down onto the floor. Excellent. 2 more here. Lift the chest, use the core, and here we go, lifting up to half Turkish get up, coming down, nice control, slide that hand back down onto the floor, nice control with that core strength. And 1 more here, last one. Lift the chest, elbow, take that hand back and really lift up, reaching up to the ceiling. Beautiful. And come all the way back down on the floor. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to come and sit up on our bottom. Our feet, our fingers are facing our toes. I'm just going to open up the chest. Again, antidote to being hunched over is to really open up the chest. We're going to reach first of all up to the ceiling into a crab reach. We're going to come back down, put that hand on the floor, take the other one up. You're really pushing your hips up to the ceiling through this movement, really driving them up. And again, on the other side, beautiful. Give me 3 more here, really lifting and squeeze those glutes as you come up and lift, transferring the weight between those arms, really nice and gently. 1 more here, beautiful. And reach, excellent. This time we're going to come up and we're going to come over, and you're going to really take your head, your arm, and into an arch as much as you can, and then come back down. Not feeling massively flexible today, but that just shows how much I know that I've been sitting in the wrong positions. And again, better on this side. Beautiful. Take it up, take it over, hold, and bring it down. Excellent. So if, like me, you're doing a lot of sitting, you can just simply, every couple of hours, if you can every hour, just suddenly try and get up, try and open up the chest. Coming onto the floor, onto your knees. We're going to use the glutes, we're going to engage the lower abs, and again we're going to open up the chest. We're going to do one of my favourites, which is called a kneeling lean. So all we're doing is we're allowing ourselves to hinge back from our knees into a lean position to a point that we have enough control to come all the way back up to the start position. So if you go all the way back, don't go so far back that you collapse back onto your feet. So it doesn't matter what degree of lean that you can do. This is a great one to measure our core strength. And the more we do this, the more you will find. This is probably about my limit. I'm coming back up, but I probably could get to about here when I started. And I've been doing this for a while now. So what I want you to do is really think about, as we go back into the kneeling lean, we're going to inhale and we're going to twist and open up the chest. Beautiful. Come forwards, twist on the other side, centre, and come all the way back up. You're going to feel it in the glutes. It's another area of weakness when we're doing a lot of sitting at the moment, but you're definitely going to be mobilising those lower abs and using those lower abs. I'm a little bit out of breath as well. Right, are you ready? Take the arms up. Feet are together, toes are touching. We're going to take it back to the lean position. Take a nice deep breath in. Open up the chest, beautiful. Exhale, other side. Inhale, exhale, and come all the way back up to centre. Yes, give me a smile, take it back. Leaning all the way back, beautiful. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and bring it all the way back up to centre again. We've got that nice positioning of the upper body, opening up that chest. Take it back into that lean. Inhale. Beautiful. Open up on one side. Ooh. Inhale, exhale, and bring it into centre. We've got 1 more here. And take it back. And inhale. Open up the chest, twisting to where you can. And again, inhale. Beautiful. And come up and come forwards. Excellent. Come down onto our bottom into what I call a boat pose. So I'm positioned on the bottom, almost on the coccyx, that really, really bony part. I'm leaning back slightly. I'm taking my feet off the floor. I'm going to put my hands here. Just do some little pulses at the moment. Really think about keeping your stability with your abs. So really pulling that belly into the floor. Beautiful. Excellent. Hold it here a little bit longer. Excellent. Good work. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. Now, if you can, twist and keep the feet off the floor and extend the leg that is the opposite side to the side that you're twisting. Option here is to pop your feet on the floor and twist, and you are still extending the opposite leg in the twist. Very important that we work our oblique muscles. They literally go down either side of our spine and they keep our spine nice and strong. Okay, are you ready? Choose your option. I'm back into boat pose. I'm going to go for my little pulses first of all. Just keeping it nice and strong in the core. Centering that core, pulling it into the floor, feeling nice and strong. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'm going to twist. Beautiful. Hand center and twist. Really twist as much as you can. If you want to put a weight in your hand for this, you can. I think a little bit of gravity with the weight helps to get that little bit more of a twist in this one. Beautiful for 4 and 5. Excellent. And 5. Good work. 4. Beautiful. Keep it going. 3. Nice. Really twisting. 2. Excellent. And 1. Beautiful. 1 more. And come up to seated. Feet on the floor, cross your legs and really stretch out through your back. I'm going to ask you to sit on your bottom, sit with your legs probably in a V shape. Your feet are a little bit wider than your shoulders. Now, the tendency is to slouch our back here. So if this feels too tough, by having to straighten your back, do it against a wall or do it against a sofa or a chair so that it gives you a little bit of support for your back. If you don't straighten your back, you're not going to use your lower abs, because what we're going to do is a little leg lift off the floor. So we're just going to lift one foot and then the other. I'm lifting about 2 inches. If I slouch my back, can you see what I can do with my legs? If my back is straight, I'm engaging my core. Therefore, my lift is really, really minimal. So 10 repetitions. I'm going to get you to check your posture between each repetition to really keep that back nice and straight and that core really nice and strong. So slouchy, no longer slouchy. Straighten that back. Be ready. And a little lift and reset the back. Straighten, lift and lift. This is a seated leg lift. Beautiful. A little movement. Really effective. Excellent. 3. We're going to do 10 and lift for 4. Back is nice and straight. Really think about resetting every time. Lift for 5. It's a tiny movement. Tiny little movement off the floor. I'm probably lifting about 2 inches. And 5. Beautiful. I have to reset the back every time. I have to really work hard to pull it in to get the movement coming from the core. And lift for 6. Excellent. Lift for 7. And reset the back. Lift for 8. Reset. Lift for 9. Beautiful. 1 more. Lift for 10. And hold. And hold. And hold. And hold. And hold. Woo! And let it sag. Let it sag. Woo! Woo! Feels good, doesn't it? We're going to do 1 more exercise. We're going to do a little sequence. So, my favourite is the bear plank. The bear plank is going to use our upper body. It's going to stabilise our core. It's also going to use our quads as well. So it's a naughty one for me to pop into core and upper body because it does a little bit more than that. But you know what? We're all busy people. So the more we can get out of our workout in the time that we have, the better that we feel that we've done something which benefits the whole body. So I'm going to be on my hands and knees. My fingers are splayed. They're underneath my shoulders. I'm curling my toes and I'm pulling my belly, really pulling it up into the ceiling. My bottom's sticking out, and I'm going to lift off the floor. I'm just going to lift my knees 2 inches off the floor. I'm going to hold it here. Beautiful. Just keep it really nice and low. This is your bear plank. If you feel happy with this, you can stay here. If you are comfortable to move on, I'm going to go all the way up and extend into a pike. This is option 2. If you feel comfortable and you want to move to level 3, I'm going to come up into a little pike jump. So I'm literally, really lightly lifting those toes off the floor, but I'm coming back down into the bear plank position with the knees 2 inches off the floor. So I'm really working hard to maintain that lovely posture. So here we go. We're going to add another little dimension at the end of that. Let's just sequence those together. So toes are curled. Are you ready? Lifting the knees off the floor. Hold here for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. I'm going to come up, I'm going to do a little jump, and I'm going to come back down and hold. I'm then going to go for a shoulder tap. Shoulder tap. Beautiful. My knees are still off the floor. I'm making the core work harder when I destabilise with my shoulder tap. And then I'm going to walk it forward. A nice big stretch forward, and I'm going to walk it back in again. My knees are up all the way through that, and I'm going to drop down to the floor. So 1 repetition is sequencing all of those exercises together. We're going to do 5 now. Don't rush it. Let me talk you through it. Stay with me and choose the option and the level that feels right for your body. We are all physiologically different. And you know what? Let's face it, depending on the day so far, we've all got different levels of energy. So, bear plank. Hands are under the shoulders. The knees are bent. The belly is pulled in. The bottom is sticking out. We are lifting the knees. Beautiful. We're going to hold for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. I'm going to come up in my little pike jump, or your pike lift, or you're holding here. I'm going to tap one hand to the shoulder, the other hand. I'm going to walk it forward, stretching out through the core, and walk that hand back. Beautiful. And hold. And pike jump. And down. Shoulder tap, shoulder tap. I'm going to try not to drop the knees for the whole 5 repetitions. Beautiful. 3 more. Hold. Back in bear plank. Knees are low. Don't let gravity suck you up. And little pike jump. Beautiful. And again, little shoulder tap, shoulder tap. I'm going to walk it forwards. Excellent. Walk it back. 2 more. And pike jump. Beautiful. Shoulder tap. Excellent. Walk it forward. Reach out. Walk it in. Last one. The knees are up, the knees are low. And little pike jump. Beautiful. I'm going to shoulder tap, shoulder tap. Are you ready? Walk it forward for the last time. Walk it in. Drop the knees and come back into a little child pose. Beautiful. Just hold it here. So really reaching out through the fingers. Drop the head. If you can, come up onto the fingertips. Keep that head dropped down. Come up onto the fingertips. Beautiful. And just hold it here. Excellent. And release. Grab your mat. We're going to do a couple of stretches to really stretch out the chest. We're going to come down onto the floor into what I call is a head lift. So on the elbows, nice and comfy on the floor, hands flat on the floor. You can do this again at any point during the day. And again, this really helps stretch out your core and your posture. I'm going to get you to just look all the way up to the ceiling, stretching through the head. If you can, keep the feet on the floor and come up onto your hands off your elbows, looking up to the ceiling, really stretching through, lifting as high as you can, and release. And back down onto the elbows. Beautiful. Give me a lovely deep breath in as you lift. On 3, on 2, on 1. And up. Oh, really stretching out through that upper body. Beautiful. And take it down to the floor. Excellent. 1 more here, off the elbows. Deep breath in. And lift. Oh, all the way up to the ceiling. Beautiful. Hold it there. And release. Excellent. Good work. We're going to come up onto the knees. We're going to walk it in. Come up. Give our back a nice little stretch out with our cat-cow. Pull the back up to the ceiling. curving the back, really stretching out. And get ready to drop the belly to the floor. Lift the head up, beautiful. Excellent. And again, just really pull that belly all the way up to the ceiling, really stretching in that arch through that back. Beautiful. And drop. Excellent. We're going to take one hand, we're going to thread it under the other, and we're just going to drop the knees, drop the head, and really stretch through that shoulder. And hold it there, and release. And the other side, take the other arm, thread it through all the way underneath. Reach as much as you can. Beautiful. Feel a lovely stretch. Again, through the shoulder, through the upper arm. Beautiful. And release. Excellent. Hands on the floor, curl the toes. I'm going to walk it up. I'm going to move my mat. Just hold it there first of all, at my stability. I'm on my toes. I'm wrapping my hands around my shins. I'm going to put my feet flat on the floor, which is going to force my bottom up, and I'm going to come up. I'm going to take the weight. This is my favourite. I take the weight off the upper body. Let that head, let the arms, let the shoulders, let everything have a good old dangle. Take that weight off, hands on the shins, and then slowly start to unravel, come up to standing. Finish with those nice big deep shoulder rolls, and hands on the collarbone, and again drop the head to the chest. Oh, take it all the way up, drop it down to the chest, again all the way up, and just finish by looking over that shoulder, giving that diagonal of your neck a really nice stretch. And the other side. Beautiful. Excellent. Guys, thank you for joining live or doing the replay. I hope you've enjoyed these split body part workouts over the past couple of weeks. I think I'm back next week with the last part. So have an amazing day if you're working, schooling, whatever you're doing. I hope that's giving you some lovely energy for the rest of the day. So take care, lovely ones. Bye.